Hello everybody, this is ZigZagZog coming to you from somewhere in this world, and we're back to continue our playthrough of Empire Total War featuring Darthmod and the 40 unit save version. And we kind of got ourselves into a sticky situation here, trying to take out the final territory we're trying to take out, ideally would like to take out before we sue for peace with Persia. It called in enough remnants to make this a bit of a challenge. But what I think I'm going to do is just go all out and see if we can't just do it, even though they're going to get reinforced here and here more than likely. We're just going to hope our ragtag bunch can get this to happen. Worst comes to worst, we're going to slide right over here. And if the battle doesn't go the way we want, we're just going to take our time and build up the appropriate force to then follow up and come back in there and do it. We still should hopefully have enough forces down here in the south then to start thinking about, once they're all positioned, making a move against Mysore then too. So a lot going on. It's not the end of the world if we end up being overmatched, but let's see if we can make this happen somehow up here in Persia. So let's just see what it'll be if we attack. And they do get the full force of the reinforcements. It will have some artillery to shoot at us. So holding the fort itself is just 3 mortar units. And so what I'm thinking is we're going to have to rush, run, take the walls, get in, man the gates so they can't then open them up and come in to fight us even more. Make them have to climb the walls. And then we'll see if we can hold the fort and survive. We'll see if that's something that works. Let's see if they'll surrender. Nope. It's all because there are reinforcements. I kind of feel like if it was just the mortars, they would have surrendered, but they got enough reinforcements nearby. They're going to give it a go against us. And they got some weak units, you know, the levy mob, but they also have the musketeers, which have proved to be a challenge for us, even in melee in our weakened state. So let's just get right in here right off the bat and get this battle going. We'll see you down on the battlefield. All right, here we are. There's the walls ahead of us. The mortars will be inside, and we're going to line up on 2 sides. I don't know where the reinforcements will come from, but the main goal we're going to have is get up and over the walls, gain control. In fact, I may try sending folks to each of these gates just so we can man the gates and hold them versus the reinforcements, if that ends up being possible. It all depends on where the reinforcements come from, if we can get to those gates first. I'm going to send a couple units off on this side to go for that one side gate. Everybody else can come forward for the most part. And then we're going to also send, actually we can send you guys up towards the front, and then these kinds of forces can go over on this side, with a couple of units going for the back gates, while the rest go for the side gates. So you guys will go for the back gates. Big thing is to hold them so that the reinforcements that this army of 3 mortar units is going to can't get reinforced easy through the gates. We want to grab those gates ideally in a perfect battle so that they have to work hard to take this fort from us. And we're going to spread out so that the mortars damage us as little as possible. And that's the way we're going to attack it. There we go. And we'll keep our cavalry, the dragoons in the background to help us out wherever we appear to have a threat. So I guess it's time to go. And I'll start running these guys to the side gates first. And that's the way we're going to begin it. They're going to run because they got a long way to go. The rest of us, I'm thinking on the main sides where we're going, will not run. And we can see reinforcements coming in behind a lot of us. So the good news is hopefully we can get to the wall before the reinforcements. hold those gates. While at the same time, moving against the mortars. And let's go see what the reinforcements are looking like coming in behind us. And it's cavalry, the worst possible thing we could hope for. Let's turn around and address the cavalry. They're coming in nice column formation. How grand is that? Let's see if we can gain position and start shooting as fast as possible. Come on, guys. Hurry, hurry, hurry. They're shooting back at us. Let's get some shots off. There we go. We got our own dragoons back here that are being battled against. We better get them turned around. No, they're already breaking because they got attacked in the rear by these reinforcements. So let's do the same thing here. We'll turn 2 of our units around at speed to start addressing these guys here. And apparently our general was with the cavalry unit here. They're broken. Let's hope they recover. And we're fading over here fast from the mortar fire and the cavalry, so this is all falling apart really fast. And even though these mortars aren't at full strength, they're really pounding us. These guys to take these gates. I don't know if we're going to have enough. Too little, too late, you name it. Let's get looking on this side. We're driving them off back here. Our cavalry has rebounded. Keep the cavalry going here. That's good news. We'll get these guys moving up, and let's see what we're looking like on this front. We got the biggest amount of forces coming up over here. We're going to line these guys up to try and shoot at them from the side. Let's get moving, guys. Get moving. You're going to get wiped out here. Can we at least take the walls here in time? This is the gate I'm worried about that we won't be able to take in time. Come on, get up the gate. You guys are just piddling along. Get moving, get moving, get moving. Now don't run over here. Run the right way, guys. Come on. These guys that don't follow orders are driving me crazy. Ooh, we might be able to... Do we hold the gate already? Can we get inside? I don't care if you go up and over or down and under. Get in. Okay, we're holding the gates. It's time to get some guys moving down into the interior. got the rest of the armed forces coming this way. We got to get inside. Close those gates. Get inside. Close those gates. They're bunched up right here. Come on, guys. Get inside. Get inside. Get inside. Don't be funky weird. And keep the gates open so they can come running through. God damn it. The pathing AI is not a good thing in this game. So let's build our line so we can shoot against those guys coming in. And the plan has broken down. Look, I didn't want you to go out. I want you to form up. Let's bring some more down. Time we take out these mortars. Need our guys inside. My goodness. We finally have silenced the mortars, but we've got to hold our gates now. Okay, so since we're in, let's see if we can bring these guys over to more help at the top of the hill here. Rain fire down on the reinforcements. Holding the center. Hopefully all that is we have to do. That's what I was hoping for, is we just got to hold the center with the timer to survive this thing and win this battle and hold the fort and take the fort. That's what I was hoping for. You can see the challenges of this game and the pathing when it comes to forts. It is a challenge. Let's hold the line here, guys. We need to fire. Even if it is inflicting some friendly casualties. Enemy general killed. There's hope. We got our own cavalry we can bring back in. The breach is over here that we're going to be worried about. Let's keep them out of the city center. Take this battle. Let's get you over here also. Bring this force over to the side. Oh no, we don't want to charge in our dragoons here yet. Going against these forces now, as long as they keep busy out there and allow us our final 10 seconds here to hold the fort and claim victory. And we did it. We got victory. We took the fort. As unpretty as that was, we knew we only had to complete the goal, and that is hold the fort. And we held off the reinforcements enough by grabbing the gates first, kind of, sort of, even though the pathing, we would have totally been inside these gates right here, but the pathing had my little group bunched up outside the gate, not moving through, so we ended up having a contested fight there. But other than that, the plan worked, and we gained the city. High losses on this one, 902 to their 589. But right now I don't care. Now let's just hope we can hold on to it. And let's see about fixing the infrastructure. We'll repair what we can. And Persia, they're not super happy, so we're going to exempt from tax. There we go. And that makes it so there's not going to be any revolt right away. Region captured. Now we have the walls. If they want to try coming in at us, we now have the advantage, at least there. And there's lots of remnants are scattered around, so I'm wondering now if they will indeed even want to sue for peace with us. We may end up having to hold this place. We are going to find out right now and see if they would like to take our peace offer. Yeah, and it's been signed. So we are good to go. We've accomplished our mission. And there you go. There's no trade that they are going to do with us or anything, so that's done. Obviously, oh, and all of a sudden they're friendly with us. Look at that. How nice. Let's upgrade, since it looks like we're going to be able to hold on to this place now. Wait, what is this place? Oh, a university? No, let's burn it down. We don't need it. Yeah, we don't need to convert people anymore. Let's burn that down. What have we got here? Another university. Let's burn that down. These are the things we do not need. This, I don't mind upgrading. Even though too much industrialization and it doesn't make people happy. But there you go. It's nice to have this thorn out of our side, so guess what? We can focus totally down south now. Also, we have this land over here. Oh, we never took it, we just went past it. So yeah, the Persia is a little split up now, I would say. And we have this army that we took out of Kashmir to bring down and join our effort against Mysore, so we're going to bring it down. We have this army we want to bring down, get towards this border. Alright. And we have this army over here that we're now going to take out of the city. And get ready to move. We have a small force here. We're just not going to keep them there. I don't think we have to worry about any other navies at this point in the area. And we're going to get ready to move in with this army. That gives us 2 full stacks right here, basically. No, that one's not quite. To move against Mysore. So it'll be, once this reinforcement catches up, that's 2 full stacks. So what we want to look at is providing some reinforcements now. For what is obviously, or most assuredly, going to be a very tough battle. So let's get into some recruitment so we provide ourselves with backup. And let's just see if we have the proper mix in our army. We have artillery, we have cavalry, we have a okay, decent mix. So reinforcement wise, we'll also want to give ourselves, yeah, we got a nice mix here also. So we'll want to make sure our reinforcements have a nice mix also. So recruitment wise, we'll start out with infantry. And we can't do the VOC over here. What can we... So what we do from these areas is the cavalry, and it'll be dragoons instead of straight up cavalry. And those are the nearest areas to recruit from. I don't think we can get anything significant there. And just because we have a navy to shuttle them over, we will also... we'll do the infantry here too. So now we got reinforcements in case the battle ends up being crazily tough and we have to come in and take multiple tries, because we know it's going to be bloody. There's going to be a lot of melee happening in these battles. Yeah, melee infantry. It's a big time melee infantry kind of a battle. So it's going to be tough and hard fought, that's for sure. So anyway, we're pretty well positioned there, and we may just go ahead next turn. I probably might wait for this force here to get caught back up, because otherwise we're highly outmatched. But we'll see. We'll make up our minds here soon enough. What I may try to do initially is move my armies like into, declare war, move in here, and then see if they decide to split up their forces, come at us. So the mix of forces, if they keep some forces in the capital, what they do, that'll determine how we react. So that's probably how we'll approach things next turn. In the meantime, we've got some money to spend. And so we shall spend it. Let's take a look. The European theater, and if we have any farms, we're going to upgrade. If we have any non-schools to upgrade, that's what we're going to do. We're okay here. We're going to take this navy that we've repaired and go back to blockading Austria, because technically we are still at war with them. And let's continue. Do we have any more upgrades? We have some port upgrades we can do. And we're down to 76. Smackaroos. So we are done. We're ready for our next turn. I'm not going to do anything else as far as movement anywhere else that I can think of. Oh yeah, we have this fleet that should be healed back up. Let's move them out.
Captain!
And hold the point to protect our ports. And we got a little more time before we can build our first rates. Only one more turn though, not too much more to go. So let's get this next turn going. We'll see you on the other side. Before, I can't remember if I changed the minister this turn or not. Let's take a look at Mr. India. And another boring so-so gentleman. So we'll try again next time. Alright, let's get this turn going. Okay, the workers are on strike. Let's find out where. Oh, in Persia. Well, we didn't get everything repaired in time, although I think it's in good shape now, so I don't think this is going to be a big issue. Going forward, yeah, the happiness is back. And we have a bunch of successful missions by our rakes yet again. We got the recruitment going as backup to our offensive in Mysore. We may do a little more this turn, even though we are going to declare war this turn. We got construction still strong for us. We got some new traits gained. We're not converting so well in the Americas. It's not a big concern of mine. Natural causes. Probably one of our gentlemen, yes. Gentlemen are starting to drop. Hopefully we'll get some new gentlemen. We got a new town over here. We'll go with the workshops. And there we go. Let's get back over to India. That's where the big happenings are for us. Let's do some action here. Oh, we can potentially trade with Denmark. Are they open to that? No, it's the old horse-whipped. They are not happy with us. There's nothing else to do. Austria, we are at war with. Austria, there's not much left of Austria. This is it. They hold Greece. That's what they've been limited to. That's all they're down to. Even the Russians have taken over Istanbul and that area. So Austria is not long for this world. In fact, why don't we just see if we can make peace with them, so there's one less thing to worry about. Because I'm not in a position to take that final territory anyway. Probably Russia will. So we'll just request peace. And they reject. As if they're as if they can stand up to it. So now let's get back in here. The whole reason I came in here is to declare war here. And that's what we're going to do. We're not going to call our allies to help. And we are now at war with Dagestan also. Interesting. Very funny. And let's get our forces moving forward. And we'll just kind of come over this way so we can reinforce each other if they move against us, and we'll deal with things that way. We have a lot of money to spend. I'm not going to make the first move down here. I want to see how they react. Are they going to move south? Karnataka? Are they going to come after us for declaring war, or are they going to huddle where they are and make us come to them? We'll find out soon enough. Let's do not right up on the front. Let's see if we can do some upgrades to non-school areas. And let's get this force moving down as reinforcements. Let's also continue our recruitment here for backup forces. Some more dragoons there. Some more line infantry here. Dragoons. And back in our home island where it all started, we'll go with some more line infantry. Because we can afford it. Any upgrades left to complete down here? It doesn't look like it. And that's probably just about everything that we got covered. We'll keep a couple thousand in reserve and move on. Do we have anything left to do in the Americas? I do not believe. Yeah, we have all our armies consolidated up here for when we get ready for something to break there. I don't think there's anything left to do in this theater. Let's just take a look. Did we finish building here? Yes, we did. Let's just get an idea of the naval recruitment costs that we're going to have for the first rates. So 4,500 for our first rates. So we'll take a look at starting those next turn. In the meantime, we're going to see how Mysore reacts to us. In fact, we'll center right in here and keep an eye on them as we hit our next turn. And let's see if any excitement results. Okay, so Mysore does not come directly towards us. They go against one of my areas, and the Italian states has declared war on us. That's a surprise. We are a little weak down there. I'm not going to call any of my allies to help, though. Let's find out where they attack us down here. Alright, the enemy has captured this settlement, and that is right here, our pleasure gardens here. So we're going to have to, we do have a small army here, which is nice. I was forgetting we even had that much in this territory, so that is very, very convenient for us. We saw the Italian states have a navy floating out this way. Let's just take a look at it. Brigs, sloops, they do have a few fifth rates. In fact, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 fifth rates. The rest are brigs and sloops. Let's go take a look at our navy again. I don't know if we're quite strong enough to take them on, because I think it's mostly fifth rates in this navy. Or do we have fourth rates down here? Second rates. I would hope, even though they outnumber us, I would hope we'd be able to take them on. So let's think about that here in a minute also. We have a trade agreement canceled with the Italian states. We have our rakes all doing a good job as usual. Recruitment going strong in India. Construction is still strong. We're over 50,000 in income now because we haven't really been building a lot of troops to offset that. We gained some trait stallholder preacher, and a new town has emerged over here. Where is this? Panama? What's the scoop here? 95% Catholic. Let's get a church school, I would imagine. Start the conversion. Okay, so we have the Italian state threat. We're going to come back to that. We're going to start out taking a look here in Mysore. So they're moving against my own province here. So if I ignore them and go against the city, which we could now take, they will therefore take this province, and it's a game of cat and mouse. You chase me, I'll chase you. So really what we need to do is bring our armies over here. And what that means is I'm looking at no editing, uncut. We're looking at about 50 minutes or 45 minutes in-ish. And so why don't we try something a little smaller scale so we can do a slightly smaller scale battle, perhaps, if we have the right mix of forces here. I'm game. We do have artillery, we do have cavalry and infantry. What are we looking at here? A stronger force than us, and it is all line infantry, so that's a tough little force that they got here, and regiment with regiment of horse. So we're looking at our stack at 10, 16, and they're looking at a stack of 19. And the question becomes, are we going to match up? We're going to be outnumbered. And one of those is militia. We're going for it, but at the same time as backup, we're going to do some recruiting. So if this battle doesn't go well, hopefully we wear them down enough where the new recruits we're bringing in will help tip the scale. We also are going to add cavalry over here. And what can we add here? We can add more cavalry here. And a regiment of horse here. So we will be able to respond fairly quickly after this turn, so I'm willing to take this battle and call it an episode with this battle. And let's see how we hold up against them. Gives them a slight edge. They outnumber us 4,100. No, we outnumber them in men somehow. Because we have more troops and they have more artillery. They have way more artillery, so that'll be our challenge. And we only have 2 units of cavalry, so we'll have to hope theirs isn't placed near their own artillery units. We're at a disadvantage, but we're going to see if we can't do it. We'll see you down on the battlefield. Yeah, it looks like we got a little snow going on the battlefield. We're a little bit if you think about it, where we are right now, we're below the horizon. So depending on where they set up their artillery, they would not have initial... Potentially, they would not have initial shots at us. The other thing they may do as being the defender, sometimes what the AI is prone to do, is set up in those defensive positions which will limit their range, or at least they're being able to turn to the side. So this is what we're going to do. We're going to count on them having set up in those defensive positions with their artillery. And we're going to bring our force all the way to the edge and come forward to the side, hoping that they don't have the mobility with their artillery. That's what we're going to hope. That's how we're going to set up initially. We're going to come at them wave after wave here of infantry up and then to the side. That's how we're going to do it. We also have our cavalry. We're going to keep our cavalry right down here in the center. And we're going to put our own artillery right here. It's the only piece we have. Yeah, there's a bit of a rise. We're just going to keep them here as a potential to fire at them. And if it ends up being a bad spot where we're not getting a lot of action, a lot of hits, we'll limber up and get moving. And we'll keep the cavalry off to the side, kind of nearby to protect the artillery. And so there you go. Let's get going. How did they set up? Let's go find out. Was I correct in my assessment and my guesses? Absolutely not. They're mobile. So this will be a challenge. The only good thing is because they can't see us right now, based on where they set up, we need to get moving. Guys are backup, reserve. Let's see where we can possibly send our cavalry if they've left anybody exposed in their relocation. Our own artillery has done some damage there, but they're about ready to set up their artillery to be able to start firing against us, it looks like. And they've got infantry right in the midst of their artillery, so this is going to be tough. We're already taking shots. Actually, let's get our troops running that are right. We might be taking friendly fire as we move in front of our artillery right now. Let's get moving. Let's detour you. Forgot to keep that in mind as we move our troops. Don't walk in front of your own artillery. They don't have the sense not to shoot you in the back. We'll bring our cavalry just a little farther forward. We've knocked out one of their artillery units potentially. It's got them down to 2 cannons and a lot of injuries. Still trying to set up their units, but it's not worth doing any kind of cavalry charge to take them out. We'll stick on with our own artillery barrage. Let's see if we can have the ability to focus in on another artillery piece of theirs. We're going to hope our superior fire regiments are going to work in our advantage. Getting some hits, but there's a rise right here. Hopefully, because of where they're setting their units up, it's going to prevent them from really being aggressive against us. That hill is our friend. Okay, we're almost positioned. I'm going to bring these 2 units as reserve over on this side. And we're going to bring this one over here also as reserve on this side. And they're coming in at us. Time for the cavalry to wake up and the commander to wake up to respond. Guys firing anymore now that our own cavalry's in there. We should be able to drive them off soon. And it looks like we're taking out little by little one artillery unit at a time. Their cavalry in disarray. Okay. Over on this side. They've got their cavalry on the move over on this flank of ours. So we're now that they've burnt they got cavalry over here. We're going to bring 1 cavalry on either side to help us out, since we aren't able to go against the artillery. And we're going to get set up to move forward. Get this line to move up right about here. So we're on the other side of this rise of the hill. We're going to keep our cavalry here to help on the flank. We're going to bring this unit over near the flank also if we need to go square formation. And we'll keep the militia to kind of center against any center charge from this side. Then we're also going to start moving on this side. And we're going to move just behind the top of the hill here. Let's do it 1 unit at a time since they don't want to fit otherwise. Cavalry's going to come up to counter their cavalry if necessary. We got 119 in our regiment versus 120 of theirs, so it's pretty even. Let's charge in to counter their move. Let's go square formation here. Square formation here. We got some activity over here that I've missed because I focused in on the wrong area. What have we got? Passing right through left and right. What we're needing to do is kind of angle back and fast. Ourselves all converted to melee attack against their cavalry that's in our reserve. Unfortunately, this guy broke, so we have a little bit of an issue over on this side. we're better positioned over on this side in the long run. So we got to defeat this cavalry of theirs and then get moving forward. We've seen it waver. I think we're going to get out of square formation here so we can move this side forward. We're going to take one unit here to help support. Run in melee. And we are going to get moving forward. I don't want to get even yet another unit caught up in melee and maybe too late. Okay, the cavalry attack is over for the moment. I'm going to come support with melee here and then get these guys out on the wings. Taken one off of fire at will. Looks like they're all on fire at will. We're going to have to get moving soon because the artillery will get to us. That's why we're pushing forward on this side. Okay, they are running off, so let's get the rest of our forces moving forward. Cavalry, we're going to bring you out to the wings. They have regrouped in our rear, so we got to keep an eye on these guys. We have our cavalry here, though. We're going to bring over here to take care of this threat. Are they still fighting it out? No, they're not. That's our own unit. We're going to bring over to support this flank. Let's see if our cavalry should be up charging in and helping them out and taking care of them before they hit our artillery, which we left exposed. And we may have hit there in the nick of time. That is called cutting it close. We can just let them chase it down. What have we got going on this side? We seem to be rolling up a little bit. We're going to reorient here. We're still staying down behind the hill before the big charge against their artillery. Let's keep our cavalry a little bit farther back. We don't need them quite yet as their lines are forming. Run you the rest of the way. And now we can bring the cavalry out this way and start working on rolling up their line here a little bit. Somewhere back here we have our cavalry. There we go. Let's bring them back up to the front. Superior firepower drills are paying off as we're driving the Italian forces back, as I was hoping, and we'll get a little help from our cavalry on this side. scatter. Come on, that's not much. That looks like an anemic charge, if you ask me. Let's go. We need to get our depleted and weakened units out of here now too. Oh, we folded too fast. It looks like most of their artillery has been driven off. We have one complete unit over here, so we're making advances, and I'm starting to feel a little. Should I feel confident yet? Not quite. I'm probably a little overconfident now. They still have a lot of units on the field. How is our flank holding up down here? It's an area I feel we should be able to make advances. I'm going to move this unit down here to run. They are tired, so now I won't run them. We'll walk. Actually, we'll run so we don't get too much friendly fire. Our cavalry here for when I feel like we need to charge them in to help turn the tide. We have this cavalry that regrouped. I'm going to come run down this infantry unit, try to knock them totally out. And we seem to be out of range a little bit. We're going to advance. We're going to advance this way too. The idea is to keep running them down so they don't come back. They've advanced to come up and fire on these flanks, so I think it's time that we let them know we have some cavalry here that can run into their flanks if they're going to try to work our flanks. And we're going to see about extending our line here at this point while they're distracted. We can't pull our cavalry. It's just going to pull our cavalry out. Got to remember, our cavalry has been in a lot of action, so they're not at their strongest right now. They will break. Resume fire, guys. Resume fire. We had one line infantry break. Let's see if we can't bring them back up. They're folding now too, shattered as a matter of fact. So we need to keep the pressure up on our line, pressing our advantage. And right now they have a square formation that's going to fold. So let's keep rolling this line forward. are starting to fold here. How we got this one stubborn unit out on the flank still. They're showing signs of folding. Let's see if we can get another angle to threaten them. They're broken. So we've got a few entrenched units, some few stubborn units. In fact, there's some artillery that's got no artillery pieces left. There's the unit itself. Let's keep pressing forward. We have a unit here behind some walls. Let's see if we can approach a little bit. In fact, it's time to silence our own cannons at this point. Up in there, everybody seems to be retreating. Well, we have these guys holding strong right here. That's who we need to address now. We have cavalry. Where are the cavalry units? Make sure these guys do not come back. There's a stubborn unit way over on the other flank. They went into square formation. Let's push up and help the cavalry. In fact, can we retreat the cavalry? Is it too late? They were able to get into square formation before we were able to charge them in their broken state. They've got a little life left in them. They're recovering, recouping here and there. But pretty soon they're just going to totally get shattered and not be able to hold up anymore. This unit again. And they're starting to waver over here, so let's see if we can bring another unit over to hit them in the side. Sometimes just the sight of another unit moving up to flank them seems to cause a morale drop. They're tired, but they're running for us anyway to gain the flank. And for the rest of these units, we're going to keep pushing forward this way in case they reform. On this side, we're getting them to break also. And we just ended the battle. Now, I don't have a lot of troops to run down, so I'm just going to end the battle right here, right now. We lost 1571, so basically 2-to-1 losses right now. So our remaining force definitely outnumbers there. So the extra recruiting we did here out of somewhat panic was unnecessary.
Marchieren!
All right, so we're going to end it here. The episode I know has gone on far long enough. I hope you enjoyed the battles that we took on today, beating Persia. Now knocking out a new surprise of the Italian states. Next time we'll come back and start the action in Mysore down in India. Try to see what we can do down there. Hope you enjoyed it today. This is ZigZagZog signing off from somewhere in this world. Thanks so much for watching, and I hope to see you next time.